Hello students, in this video we will discuss the conversion of a PDA to its equivalent CFG. Okay. In the last video we have discussed the conversion of a CFG to its equivalent PDA. Okay, but in this one we will discuss the conversion of a PDA to its equivalent CFG. So this is a PDA given. We have 7 tuples here. This one is Q, that is in Q we have Q0 and Q1. This is sigma. In sigma we have A comma B, that is the terminal. Then we have this tau, that is tau is the push down alphabet, so we will be pushing Z0 and Z into the stack. Then we have delta, this delta is given by this functions, and then we have Q0, Q0 is the initial state, we have Z0, Z0 is the by default stack element, and there is no final state, so we have taken a phi in this one. Okay, so delta is given here. Okay, now we have to convert this PDA to its equivalent CFG. Now if we talk about the PDA, the most important thing in a PDA is the delta, which is given by this one. Okay, and in a CFG the most important thing is the production rules, that is P we have in that one. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll convert this delta to its equivalent P, that is the production rule. So I'll try to find out the rules of the production rules from these delta. Okay, now if you see these rules closely, we can see that in the output part, this is your input part and this is your output part. So if you see the output part, in this one you can see 2 elements. So this 2 elements shows that a push operation has been performed, that is when we are in state Q0 and the element to read is B and the top stack element is Z0, what we are doing? We are simply pushing Z into the stack. So this is a push operation performed here. Okay. Now if you see this one, we have epsilon here. Epsilon means a pop operation has been performed. If you see ZZ here, that is 2 elements, that means a push operation has been performed. If you see Z here, a single element, that means a bypass or a skip operation has been performed. Okay, and again here if you see this epsilon, that means it is a pop operation, and Z0 single element means a bypass operation has been performed. Okay, so I will define production rules for the push operation, for the pop operation, and for the bypass operation. Okay, so all three, I mean this one and this one these are the push operations, so I'll define a rule for these two separately. Then I have this epsilon and epsilon, so these two are the pop operations, so I will define a rule for these two separately. And then I have Z and Z0, that is a single element, so I'll define a rule for this bypass operation separately. And apart from this, I'll also define a rule for the start symbol, that is in production rules in a CFG there is one start symbol S. Okay, so our journey actually starts from the start symbol only. So first of all I'll define the start symbol and then we'll move on to different operations from this delta. Okay, so let's start doing that. So first of all, the rule for the start symbol, so we have S here. Okay, so for S what we write, I mean there is no certain logic in this one. We just have to remember things and just remember the formula, and in that formula we just need to put the values. Okay, so for the start symbol what we'll take, we have the initial state as Q0. Okay, and then what is the topmost element in stack? So by default what we have in this, we have Z0 here, that is Q0 comma Z0, and then here I will write Q dash. Okay, now what is Q dash? Q dash belongs to capital Q. Okay, so I'll write Q dash belongs to capital Q. Okay, now capital Q has 2 states, Q0 and Q1, therefore I'll get 2 rules for the start symbol, that is one is Q0, once it is Q1. Okay, so S tends to Q0 comma Z0 comma, once I'll keep it as Q0 only. Okay, and then S tends to Q0 comma Z0 comma Q1 again. Okay, so this will be included in the final list of productions and this will be included in the final list of productions. So we are done with the start symbol. Okay, now I'll move on to the second part, that is the we'll start with the pop operation first. Okay, so first of all I'll do the pop and then I'll do the bypass and then I'll do the push operation. Okay, so let's take the first pop operation, that is we have delta. What we have? We have Q0 comma epsilon comma Z0, and what are we getting? We are getting Q0 comma epsilon. Okay, now how do we write the rule for this pop operation? Now see, it is very simple. How we'll write it? It is q naught, this one, comma, then I'll write z naught, this one, and then I'll write q naught again, that is q naught, that is this one, and this one, gives this one into this one. Okay, what do we have? This is null and this is null. So what we'll get? We'll get a null here. Okay, so this will be the rule for the CFG that we are going to design for this particular PDA. So this production will be included in the final list of the productions. Okay, this is for the first one. Now take the second pop operation. Second one is we have delta and then q1 comma b comma z. It is q1 comma b comma z is equal to, what are we getting? We are getting q1 comma epsilon. Okay, so how do we write this one? Again, the rule for this one will be, it is q1, okay, comma z comma q1 comma z comma q1 gives b into null. So b into null is b, so I'll get a b here. So this rule will also be included in the final list of productions. So how many rules we have got till now? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and we are done with the pop operation. Now we'll move on to the first bypass operation. Now what is the first one? The first bypass operation that we have is this one. Okay, so I'll take this one now. So let's take that one. So the operation that we have is delta q naught comma a comma z. So we have q naught comma a comma z. Okay, it gives q1 comma z. It gives q1 comma z. Now how do we write the rule for this one? It is again similar to this one only, but with a minute difference. So what is the difference? We just have to remember the rule, that's it. We don't have to apply any logic in this one. Okay, so how we do this? First of all, what I'll do, q naught comma z comma q1. Okay, I'll come to this one. So q naught comma z comma q1. So but here I'll not write q1. In fact, I'll write q dash here. Okay, so I'll write q dash here, gives this a, that is I'll write a here, and then in bracket I'll put whole of this, that is I'll write q1 comma z comma this q dash, the same thing here also. So I'll write the same thing here also. Okay, so how I wrote this one, that is q naught comma z comma q dash gives a into q1 comma z comma this same q dash again. Okay, so with this, now what is q dash? Q dash again belongs to capital Q. So q dash again belongs to where? Q dash belongs to capital Q. And what is capital Q? In capital Q we have two things, q naught and q1. Okay, so once I'll take it as q naught, both as q naught, and once I'll take it as both as q1. Okay, so I'll get two rules for this one. Okay, so let's write those rules. That is, the first one is q naught comma z comma q dash. This time I'll take it as q naught. Okay, so I'll take it as q naught gives a into q1 comma z comma q1 comma z comma. So I'll take the same one here, that is q naught only, no difference. Okay, and second one, when q dash is equal to q1, so I'll take that one also, q naught comma z comma, I'll take this one this time as q1 gives a into q1 comma z comma the same one here again, that is q1. So this will be included in the final list, this will be included in the finals. So we have got two production rules for the first bypass operation. Okay, now let's take the second bypass operation. The second one is this one. Okay, so we have, I'll just divide it so there is no confusion. Okay, so the next one is we have delta q1 comma a comma z naught is equal to q naught comma z naught. Okay, now how do we write this? The same method again, that is q1 comma z naught comma q dash gives a into q naught comma z naught comma q dash again. Okay, so I'll write it as q1 comma z naught comma q dash okay, gives this A into whole thing Q naught comma Z naught comma this Q dash, okay. So I'll get Q dash. Now what is Q dash? Q dash belongs to capital Q again. So once I'll take it as Q naught, once I'll take it as Q1, okay. So I'll take it. So the rules that I'll get will be Q1 comma Z naught comma Q naught, okay, gives A into Q naught comma Z naught comma Q naught, that is the same thing, okay. Again I'll take it as Q1. So Q1 comma Z naught comma Q1 gives A into Q naught comma Z naught comma Q1, okay. So this will be included in the final list, this will be included in the final list. So how many productions we have got till now? 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8. So till now we have got 8 production rules and we are done with the start symbol, we are done with the pop operation, we are done with the bypass operation. Now we come to the last part, that is the push operation, and that is a little bit tricky one, a little bit longer one. So I'll take this one now, okay. So first of all, let's rub this part. Okay, so I'll do it in this part only, okay. So what operation do we have now? Okay, so the operation that we have is, the first push operation that we have is, we have delta Q naught comma B comma Z naught is equal to, we have Q naught comma Z naught, okay. So we have this operation, okay, this delta, okay, this delta needs to be converted to the production rule. Now we see here that we have two symbols here, so we'll take something for these two symbols and the method will be the same as we did it for the bypass one, okay, but there is some difference. Now what is the difference? I'll start with that same method again, that is, the rule that I'll write will be, it will be Q naught, that is this one, comma Z naught again comma Q dash, not Q naught, Q dash, okay, gives this same B, that is, I'll write B here, then Q naught comma, we have Z naught here, I'll not write Z naught, I'll write Q naught comma Z, okay. So I'll write Q naught comma Z comma, now this time I will write QM, okay. So I'll write QM here, close the bracket, open the bracket again write the QM comma, what is left here? Z naught is left, so I'll write Z naught and then the same alphabet here, that is Q dash here, and we are done. Now what is Q dash? Q dash is Q naught and Q1. What is QM? Q dash is Q naught and Q1, and QM is again belongs to capital Q, that is, it will be also Q naught and Q1, okay. So how many rules we'll get for this one? We'll get 4 rules. Why? I'll keep this 0 0 Q naught and Q naught, and when it is Q naught and Q naught, I'll take this as Q naught once and I'll take it as Q1 once. That is, for Q naught here I'll get 2 rules, once Q naught, once Q1, okay. Again I'll take this Q1 and Q1, then again I'll take this as Q naught and Q1. One thing we have to make sure, this one and this one should always be same, this one and this one should always be same. If it is Q naught, it should be Q naught, no, it should not be Q1, okay. When it is Q naught, it should also be Q naught. If it is Q1, it should also be Q1, okay. So let's take the first one that we have here. So what I'll write here, Q naught comma Z naught comma, I'll take it as Q naught, okay. What I'll get B here, and then in this one what I'll write Q naught comma Z comma, this time I'll write it as Q naught, okay. So I'll write Q naught here, close the bracket, open the bracket, again Q naught comma Z naught comma, the same one here, that is, I'll write Q naught here, okay. Now the next one, here only I'll write it, next one I'll write it as Q naught comma Z0, comma, again I'll write it as Q0. Why? Because this time I'll take it as Q1 Q1 gives B Q0, comma, Z, comma, this time I'll take it as Q1, again Q1, comma, Z0, comma, this one same, that is Q0. Okay, so we are done with this one. Now I'll take this as Q1. So let's take this as Q1. Now it will be Q0, comma, Z0, comma, Q1 this time gives B into same thing, that is Q0, comma, Z, comma, Q0. So it will be Q0, comma, Z, comma, Q0. Again I'll take it as Q0, comma, Z0, comma, the same one, that is Q1. So I'll write Q1 here. This is done. Okay, now again Q0, comma, Z0, comma, Q1 again I'll take gives B Q0, comma, Z, comma, this time I'll take it as Q1. Okay, and this will also be Q1, comma, Z0, comma, same one, that is Q1. So this will be included in the final list, this will be included in the final list, plus this will be included and this will be included. So how many we have got till now? We have got 8 till now and 4 this one, that is 1, 2, 3, 4. So in total we have got 12 rules and the last push operation is still left. Okay, so let's take the last push operation. What's the last one? So the last push operation that we have is Q0 delta Q0, comma, B, comma, we have this Z is equal to what we have, Q0, comma, Z, Z. Okay, so we have this operation for the push. Now I'll again write the rule for this one. For this one also, how many rules I'll get? I'll get 4 rules again. Okay, so let's define the rules for this one also. So how will define it? Again the same method will apply, that is Q0, comma, Z, comma, Q0, not Q0 but Q dash. So I'll write Q dash here. Okay, gives this B into this Q0, comma, the first part, that is Z, comma, and then QM. Close the bracket, open the bracket, write QM again, comma, the remaining part, that is Z, comma, the same one, that is Q dash. Okay, so for this one again I'll take 4 rules. Okay, so let's take 4 rules. That is, once I'll keep it as Q0, Q0, once I'll take it as Q1, Q1. So let's take it as Q0 this time. For Q0 it is Q0, comma, Z, comma, Q0 gives B Q0, comma, Z, comma, I'll take it as Q0 only this time, and this will also be Q0, comma, Z, comma, this one should be same, that is it should be Q0. Okay, now next time I'll take it as Q1, Q1. Okay, so I'll write it that also, Q0, comma, Z, comma, Q dash Q0 gives B Q0, comma, Z, comma, this time again I'll take it as Q1. Okay, and this will also be Q1, comma, Z, comma, Q0, that is the same one here. Okay, next one I'll take it as Q1 this time. So this will be Q0, comma, Z, comma, Q1 gives B, then Q0, comma, Z, comma, this time again take it as Q0, this will also be Q0, Z, comma, Q, not Q0, it will be Q1. Okay, and then the last one, Q0, comma, Z, comma, Q1 gives B Q0, comma, Z, comma, I'll take it as Q1 this time. This will be same Q1, comma, Z, comma, the same one, that is Q1 here. So finally I've got this one, this one, this one, and this one. So if you count, in total you have got 16 productions, 2 for the start symbol, then 1 for the pop, 1 again for another pop, then again 2 for the bypass, again 2 for the next bypass, again 4 for the one push and 4 for the next push. So how in total we have got 16 productions, and this is your corresponding CFG for this PDA. Thank you so much.